So I want to play this little nugget. I played this on stream a little bit before, but this is a little nugget. So because it's episode 1312 of Above It All, I want to remind everyone of when I made a cop so uncomfortable that they started to cry, and then they had someone else relieve them of their position. So this was at some point during the Elizabeth City protests, when a driver had driven through the protests and hit several people, and the cops moved out of the way and let them do it. And when I asked the police why they're not doing anything about apprehending the suspect, they said, we have to keep them safe from you. That's what they said. And so that night, we went down to the police station. People were giving their witness reports, and they had several cops guard the police station because they thought that, we were going to burn it down or some stupid shit. And so I heckled the police officers for about half an hour, and I made one of them cry. And so I wanted to, do a little bit of a flashback on this one. So this is a 17-minute video in total. Maybe one day I'll have to edit it together and remove any personal information. But this is pretty good. So this is the officer,
What if your baby grows up 20 years from now? Hey, Mom, I was looking through the internet, and this is what I found. You used to be a cop? Maybe you still will be a cop? Lord have mercy on your child's soul if you're still a cop after 20 years.
So what she was doing is basically for 15 minutes straight, I was just attacking her, on a personal level. I was basically just making her feel like garbage. And so she was doing this thing where she's adjusting her face mask. She would often, very often, look down and look sad. At one point, look at this. I saw her, wipe her eyes. She looks very depressed. And then so when you scroll through, eventually, all of a sudden, she's gone. So at some point, after about 15 minutes of being brutally harassed by myself and a couple of other people, she called for backup and got someone to replace her. And she did not want to be in a situation where she was being brutally harassed. So, this is something I'm proud of. People might watch this and go damn, what the hell? You're assassinating the boys in blue or the women in blue, whatever. Me personally, I don't view police as humans. I view them as abusers. I view them as oppressors. I view them as, 40% of cops are domestic abusers. And so, that's something you have to understand. So, basically she left. It's possible that she was scheduled to leave, and it just so happens that, she was crying and, trying to radio for help. This guy, by the way, I asked him what his favorite Call of Duty game was, and he said Black Ops 2. What a fucking idiot. But either way, that's a little bit of a flashback for you. One of these days, I'm going to upload this whole video. But it's a classic moment in the Above It All history of when I made a police officer cry and run away. I was a very big fan of that moment. And again, you can say that that's rude. You can say that that's evil. I know that there's a lot of conservatives out there that think that that's evil. But you know what I think is evil? I think evil is 40% of cops being domestic abusers. I think evil is cops refusing to apprehend people that run down protesters during a sanctioned, permitted protest. That's what I think is evil. I think evil is shooting someone in the back of the head when they're trying to run away from you. That's what I think is evil. So all cops are bastards. Go fuck them all straight to hell. I don't give a shit about them. I don't give a shit about their feelings. I don't give a shit about anything related to them until they take that badge off. This motherfucker said Black Ops 2.